What is up, my veggies? My name is BTR, and welcome back to yet again another movie review. And today we are going to be reviewing Wicked. Finally, the movie came out last year, and I didn't get around to reviewing it because you guys know I've recently had a big problem with over the past bit about getting around the movies I've watched and reviewing them. But I'm trying to get back to it. I'm also reviewing this now because I want to do a reaction to the trailer for the new one, and well, I want to get this review out before I even look at that trailer. I also have my physical copy here that I picked up and everything, so that was really cool. I'm glad I got the 4K because I think it looks better than the normal Blu-ray box and everything for this movie and everything, so I'm glad I did that. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this film and everything because I am very, very excited to talk about it. Because it was, I'm going to say this right now, it was my favorite movie of last year. Now, normally I would read the synopsis from Rotten Tomatoes right now, but the synopsis, for, in my opinion, is a little spoilery, so I don't want to review it, or not review it, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't know why I'm moving my microphone around. I don't want to, read that because it's a little too spoilery for me. But I'm gonna say this now. I'm not gonna talk about any of the drama or anything from behind the scenes of the crap that I had before. I talked about that during like VC streams and everything. So I'm not going to talk about that here. Now, with all that being said, what did I think of this movie? Well, going into it, I didn't really have any expectations really. I was excited for it, but like I didn't have a lot of knowledge for Wicked going into it. I just listened to the soundtrack fully for the first time, like a few days before I went and saw the movie. Um, and honestly, I was I was very much surprised. I knew about the movie. I knew the movie was gonna be split into two parts and everything. So I felt bad for the people that like didn't know that when they saw Wicked Part One. I'm glad they did it at the beginning instead of at the end, like telling the people know that okay, this is Wicked Part One and everything, which I'm surprised. They did it at the beginning, but I already knew, so I wasn't gonna be disappointed or anything. Um, but I think the performances in this movie were really good. Um, both Glinda and Elphaba were really well done. The song, the singing was great. But I was mostly surprised by Ariana Grande because I thought if anyone in the movie was gonna have a just not as great performance, I would have thought it would have been her. But I already knew Ariana Grande could act because I used to watch Victorious growing up and everything. So it wasn't that weird to see her as an as acting. For me personally, but I personally really, really did enjoy um her performance, and not to mention Cynthia Erivo also did a good job as well. Um and like I said, the songs, the performances, the choreography felt straight off Broadway. Not off the Broadway musical. I don't know how accurate the actual choreography was to the actual Broadway musical. I don't know how accurate the actual all that was, but it didn't bother me at all because like it's one of those movies where I felt like it was straight up like Broadway choreography put to screen, which a lot of musical adaptation films don't do that. Which like the only one I can think of that really did it well, in my opinion, was probably the Matilda movie. Which I need to talk about that one day. If I haven't, have I talked about that? I don't know. But yeah. Also, some of the Jeff Goldblum as the wizard, I thought was really good for the little screen time he had. Jeff Goldblum is pretty enjoyable in most of the things he's in. So, um, also Ethan Slater's in this movie, and I had to point that out because he plays SpongeBob in the Broadway musical, and that's just like where I knew him from. So I was like, when I saw him on screen, I'm like SpongeBob. That's all I could see, and everything. But the rest of the cast did good. Like they just didn't like stand out that much to me and everything. Alphaba's sister, the dude, this guy, I don't remember his name. Um, did a good job and everything. But they didn't like they weren't standouts to me. They didn't. Um, Now, like I said, the choreography was great and everything. The set design, like the stuff that was actually like physically there, looked really good. I found out that the giant head, the wizard head, was like that was there was some practicality to that because I didn't know that. I was like, so I thought that was all CG. Um, and like even the CGI looks good and everything. Like it doesn't take you out of it. It's not like the CGI is like, oh, I don't believe that's real. I can tell it's CGI. It doesn't take you out of it. Like it's still like definitely like enjoyable. You love it and everything. And it was so beautiful to look at. The movie was it was a beautiful film. It was very pretty to look at. Now, I can say some characters' storylines did feel underdeveloped, but that could just be because they did cut this musical in half. Um and I think that's fine. It's still like, yeah, it's kind of, you're watching this one on its own. Um Kind of like, well, I didn't get a lot out of this character, or I didn't get a lot out of this character. I didn't get a lot out of that character. Um, which is a little disappointing, yeah. But but that's probably my only criticism, really. Sometimes some of the CGI animals can look a little weird. Like there's like this bear that's kind of like the nanny or whatever to Elphaba, and like that's like it's a little out of place. But none of the CGI looks terrible. None of it looks bad. Like the music is great. Like I said, the choreography looks beautiful and everything, and the acting is great. Like I said, I think my favorite performance is uh is Ariana Grande as Glinda. I think that was the best performance. If I had to put any like some of the side jokes I didn't really like that much. Like the little crew that follows around Glenda, I didn't find them really funny or anything. I know they were meant to be like this comic relief, kind of like Mean Girls style of humor, but like I don't know, it wasn't clicking with me, and I just honestly wasn't loving what anytime they were on screens they weren't really funny. Um, the thing is, I didn't need this movie to be funny. There is some Elphaba's sister. I want to see more of her. That is like a big thing I want to see is more of her. Because I liked her storyline, and I'm very like, I don't know the whole story. I've only listened to the soundtrack. I'm very curious to see how that follows in to the second film. Um, Critics give this movie an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, and audiences give it a 95, which I have to agree with. I think that is a um, valid ratings, and where I'm gonna have to put it, I'm gonna have to go a solid 4.5 out of 5. Like I said, this was my favorite movie from last year. I thought it was well performed, well acted, well sung, the CGI. I didn't have like a massive problem with the movie. And I think that most people agree. It was a great film. Um, what did you guys think though? Did you like Wicked? Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? Let me know down in the comments if you are excited for the sequel, and if you aren't excited for the sequel, but you're still gonna go see it. Cause I know I am. Like I'm gonna be there opening night, man. I'm excited for Wicked, and I'm looking forward to it. Um, but yeah, that's really all I can say. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. And I'll get the reaction to the Wicked for Good trailer soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see each and every one of you guys in the next one. Bye!